Hello and welcome back to my live broadcast. If you were hanging out with me yesterday, I told you I was going to be back today to talk to you more about branding and business. If you don't know me, my name is Shanta Prince, and I help coaches to build their personal brands, and then I help them to create high ticket offers, and then I help them to get paying clients. So, yesterday we talked a little bit about building that business, and we talked about some principles around growing your business. And today I just wanted to come back and talk about some tips for social media. So, I want to talk about some do's and don'ts of building your business on social media. So, yesterday was all about how I got started in coaching and in the mentorship space and how you can get started too. And a large part of that is a large part of my journey was social media. And I used to tell my clients, hey, every client that I have discovered me on social media. That was back when I used to use Facebook ads to do everything. Like anything that I wanted to do, I would just run a Facebook ad. And my Facebook ads actually did pretty well. I did my own Facebook ads, and I used to do Facebook ads as a done for you service. I don't do Facebook ads as a done for you service anymore. And then the other thing too about Facebook ads that Facebook ads have changed a lot. Facebook ads are constantly changing, but even from years ago, you used to be able to do a Facebook ad and you didn't even have to be like that great at writing copy, but you could actually get some great results. Now it's a lot different, especially with the iOS update. A lot of people are looking for more organic strategies and how to connect with people and find clients organically. So I'm going to talk about some of those things today. And even in my inbox, a couple of people are saying, listen, I want to learn some organic ways to grow my business. And if you don't know what organic means not paid. Like it's not a paid advertisement, but you're actually building your business by basically, I want to call it sweat equity, right? Because when I was learning about real estate investing, we talked about sweat equity, where you buy a house and then you put the work in to fix that house up, right? You may have to roll up your sleeves, you may have to get a little dirty, but it's sweat equity because you're increasing the value of that property by doing the actual work, right? So I liken that to building your business organically is kind of like sweat equity. Like you have to actually put in the work and do what needs to be done to find your clients. So when it comes to social media, I know you've probably seen it. You see a lot of people doing things the right way, and you see a lot of people doing things the wrong way on social media. And here's how you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference by how it makes you feel. Now, I'm not talking about people who are, what I would like to call touchy, right? Because you're going to have some people who they respond to you in a negative way, even if you're doing it the right way. I'm not talking about those kind of people. I'm talking about when you see an ad or when you see a message from someone, it makes you feel a certain way, right? If you're looking at something and it's marketing and it makes you feel bad about yourself, or it makes you feel like you're failing at life and you just don't have anything together, that might not be something that's being done the right way. But when you are connecting with someone and you feel good about it, then that person is probably doing marketing and growing their business the right way. And I'm going to talk about some examples of that in just a minute. But I talk about this all the time when I think about people who are in the multi-level marketing business. Now, there's nothing against people in multi-level marketing because I've done those businesses too. But I'm just going to give you an example. Like we all have that friend who we haven't talked to in a very long time. It could be 5 years, 6 years. And they all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they send us a message and say, hey, let's connect or let's chat. And you're like, yay, I get to talk to my friend. I haven't talked to them in such a long time. I can't wait to connect with them. And then you connect with them and they're just like, oh, I have this new business opportunity that I want to share with you. And they're trying to sell you into their multi-level marketing business. Well, that doesn't feel good, right? You feel like, oh man, I haven't talked to this person in so long. And then when I do talk to them, they're selling me something, right? That's not a good feeling, right? That's the wrong way to sell. And so that's what I mean by like you can kind of know like if someone is doing it the right way or the wrong way by how it makes you feel. If you feel like the connection is authentic, you feel like this person really wants to get to know you and connect with you, they're probably doing it the right way and it's probably authentic. Okay. So I want to talk to you as a marketer and as a business person about some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to growing your business using social media. We know that social media is an amazing tool for business, and social media has helped a lot of people to hit 6, 7, and 8 figures. It is an amazing tool if you know how to leverage it the right way. Okay. So the first thing is the number one don't for using social media to grow your business is don't send a sales pitch as soon as you connect with somebody. Don't send a sales pitch as soon as you connect with somebody. And so if you see me looking off to the side, it's because I have my notes. Let me just tear this paper off so I can see it better. So I wrote some notes down for you so I can stay on track, because if you follow me and you've seen any of my videos, you know that I can get on here and ramble on and on. But I'm staying on track today. So do not send a sales pitch to somebody as soon as you connect with them, or as soon as they accept your friend request, or as soon as they follow you. Whatever social media platform you're on is going to be called something different. But sending a sales pitch to somebody as soon as you connect with them sends a message to that person saying, I don't really care about you. I just want to sell my thing. I don't really want to know what you do. I don't even really want to know if I can help you or not. I just want to sell my thing, right? And that sends off a bad message to your ideal clients that you don't really care about them, right? So you want to be known when you're building your personal brand. Hopefully, you want to be known as someone who actually cares about your audience. You care about your customers and your clients and their success. Okay. Sending someone a sales pitch immediately after you connect with them sends a message that you do not care about them. Okay. So here's the alternative to that. Instead of sending a sales pitch as soon as you connect with somebody, do find out what the person needs and if you can actually help them before you try to sell. And the way to do that is to really build that connection and to start a conversation and really get curious in an authentic way about what the person is doing and if you can actually help them. Sometimes you're going to come across someone who you actually, your gifts, your skill set, your knowledge, your expertise may not be a good fit for them. And the only way you're going to find that out is by getting to know them and building that connection. But I will tell you that connecting with people is not always about them becoming a customer or a client. Sometimes you will connect with people who will be your biggest ambassadors. They'll be the ones marketing your business, inviting people to your Facebook group, inviting people to your events, even if they never become a client. I have people like that right now who will probably never become a client of mine, but they're my biggest fans, my biggest cheerleaders. They're the ones inviting people to my events and inviting people to my group and so forth. And it's not I'm looking for something for them or they're looking for something from me. This came out of an authentic connection. It came out of me being genuinely curious and me being genuinely interested in what my audience is doing. And so that leads to a connection, which also leads to other things when it comes to business, whether it's a referral. We all know how great those referrals can be, right? When somebody brings you a referral and they actually close or they actually purchase, that's a great day, right? So your relationships, your connections can turn into other things other than clients that can directly impact your business. I just made a post today that connection is the new currency. Connection is the new currency. And what I mean by that is building authentic connections with people can absolutely impact your bottom line. It can actually impact your business. It can actually impact your reach. So those connections can really lead to some awesome wins in your business if you focus on building those connections. Okay. So those are the first don't and the first do. Now, I want to talk about another don't. And this is something that we all have experienced last week when social media shut down. Well, not social media, but Facebook and Instagram. Not every social media platform shut down, but Instagram and Facebook were down for hours. And everyone was like, oh my goodness, Facebook is down, Instagram is down. How am I going to, not everyone, but some people were like, how am I going to reach my customers? How am I going to reach out to my clients? And so I think it was a big wake up call for a lot of people to really understand, wait a minute, I need something other than social media that I can depend on to grow my business. Okay. So that don't let social media be the only place where you can reach your audience. Don't let social media be the only place where you can reach your audience. If Facebook and Instagram goes down and you cannot reach your customers or clients, that's a problem. That is a sign that you need some other systems in place that will allow you to always be in contact with your audience, okay? And then the alternative to that is do move people from social media to something that you own. If you've been in any of my workshops, I always talk about how we do not own Facebook and Instagram traffic. We do not own TikTok traffic. We do not own YouTube traffic, right? As we saw last week, Instagram and Facebook shut down. We are not in control of these social media platforms. Therefore, social media should only be the first stop in your client journey, not the last stop, not the first stop and the last stop. So if you're building your social media platforms, you should always move people from social media to something that you do own. And that could be an email list, it could be a text message list. So that way, with or without social media, you can still connect with your audience. You can still grow your business. I'm always preaching this to my clients. Make sure you have your email list and or a text message list so that you can always be in contact with your clients regardless of what social media is doing. You have a way to grow your business. You have a way to stay in contact with your audience. You can still get sales even when these platforms shut down. One of my clients sent me a message and she said, I sent an email out when Facebook and Instagram went down and I actually sold a course. And I said, you go, girl, because that's what it's all about, right? That staying in contact with your audience and building and staying connected with your customers is key to building an awesome personal brand and also to building sales, right? A lot of people try to sell and they don't even have a connection with their audience. And so it comes off the wrong way when you're selling and you don't even know your people yet. So don't let social media be the only place where you can reach your audience. Do move people from social media to something that you own. That could be something you could do that as simple as asking, hey, would you be interested in joining my email list? And there another way to do that is to create some type of offer or some type of event in exchange for other people's email addresses. And the same thing for a text message list. Another thing you can do is tell people what the benefits are of joining your email list or signing up for your text message community. Let them know what's in it for them, right? That's what we all want to know. What's in it for me? What's in it for me if I join this list? What benefits do I get from joining your text message community or joining your Facebook group or signing up for your email lists? Okay, so you want to think about where you're going to move people to when they stop on your social media page. You have to have something outside of that you're building on a consistent basis. Okay, so number 5. Well, I'm going don't do. So now we're on number 5, which is our third don't. Don't post your new program every few minutes or your new offer or your new product every 5 minutes. I've seen people do this where you go to their Instagram and they have like 5 posts in a row and it's all about the same thing. And the key to growing your business on social media or even to selling on social media is that you sell more by selling less. And there are some ways to sell without even selling. If you're posting, here's my new event, and then the next day you post the exact same image and the exact same caption about your new event, that tends to get old and it's a turn off for people. Okay. So the alternative to that is do share valuable information. Do share valuable information and opportunities for people to get to know you, like you, and trust you. No one is pulling out their card and paying you for anything if they don't trust you first. Okay. So you want to give your audience opportunities to get to know you, like you, and trust you because we buy from people who we trust. We buy from people who we like. Okay. So you want to make sure you're giving those opportunities where you're providing value and you're making people hungry for more. If you're giving people something that's valuable, you're giving them some great information, they're going to want more of that, right? So you want to make sure when you're providing that value that you're giving people the next step if they want more of that. And the next step could be anything. It could be join my email list. It could be coming over to my Facebook group. It could be, click here to download my free, whatever you offer that's free. But you always want to tell people what to do next. I cannot emphasize that enough. And I can't tell you how many things I have not purchased because I couldn't figure out how to buy it, right? I'm an online shopper and I know you see the ads just as much as I do. I'm the person who buys from ads. If the person runs that Facebook ad and they target me and it's the perfect product for me, I'm like, that was good because they targeted me well on this one. And I'll click and I'll buy the thing, right? But the thing is, anytime that happens, like I have to know what to do. If it says click here to learn more, click here to make your purchase, they let me know what it is that I need to do next. Now, I've scrolled on Instagram and different social media platforms, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, that is really cute. How do I get it? How do I buy that? For example, this little jacket that I'm wearing right now, I wear this thing so much. I don't know if you can actually see it, but I wear this jacket all the time. I bought it from one of my clients, her online boutique. And of course, like I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, I want this. Where can I get it? Thank goodness I was just able to click on the image and go buy the thing, right? But a lot of times when I'm scrolling and I'm looking at something, I'm like, oh, that's cute. I want it. Like, how do I get it? And then I have to actually work hard to figure out how to get it. True story. I once saw an item on Instagram and I thought it was nice, and I was actually going to buy the thing. I had my credit card ready and I was like, I'm going to buy this. But I clicked on it. I could not figure out for the life of me how to buy this thing. And I searched and I searched and I Googled and everything, and I couldn't figure out how to buy it. Well, I finally found the store where I could buy this thing from. And the person who owned that Instagram, they were the owners of this store. But when I figured out where to actually get it from, I was just exhausted. So by that time, I was like, you know what? I don't even want the thing anymore. And I ended up not buying it because I was so exhausted from trying to figure out how to buy it that by the time I found it, I was like, you know what? Just forget it. Don't make your customers and clients work too hard to figure out how to work with you. Make sure you tell them what to do next. If it's click the link, if it's send me a DM, tell people what to do next in order to buy from you or in order to get more information from you. You'd be surprised if you're not doing this. You'd be surprised at how much money you're leaving on the table by not giving that simple step on here's what to do if you want to buy this. Here's what you to do if you want more information. Here's what to do if you want to work with me, okay? And if you're, that's actually called a call to action. So you're giving them a call to action and saying, hey, if you want more of this, go do this. If you want more of this, here's how to get more. Okay. So that is one way to drive your sales, drive your business growth by telling people what to do next. It seems really simple, but I will tell you that if you're not doing this, you're leaving a lot of coin on the table. And nobody likes to know that they're leaving coin on the table, right? And so we're talking about the do's and don'ts. Hey, lady, so good to see you on here. So, though we're talking about the do's and don'ts of growing your business on social media. So, I want to just do a quick recap, and I want to tell you that I am doing a free 5-day branding boot camp for coaches and mentors, and it'll also work for service providers. So, if you're a service provider, it'll also work for you. Just go to brandindemandbootcamp.com and you can sign up. It's a free 5-day workshop where I'm going to be talking about personal branding. I'm going to be talking about how to create content that's captivating, that positions you as an expert, that helps you to drive your sales. I'm also going to be talking about how to create offers that sell. And then I'll be talking about how to put together your branding and marketing game plan so that when you're done with the workshop, you actually have a plan that you can go out and implement in order to grow your personal brand and grow your business. But I do talk about a lot of other stuff in that and during that boot camp. I give a lot of information and a ton of value for free. It's no cost to you. So, but I guarantee you that by the end of that week, we start on a Monday and then we wrap up on a Friday, and then I do bonus sessions throughout the weekend. I guarantee you that from the time that you start that branding boot camp to the time you finish, you will not be the same. It is a huge transformational event, and the value that comes out of that actually makes a huge difference in your business and in your life. I actually get into the comments and I help people to craft their messaging. I help people to get clarity on some things. That's one of my gifts, is helping people to get clarity when it comes to their brand messaging, when it comes to exactly what it is that they want to do, when it comes to what kind of content they want to put out. That is my area of gifting. And so I really use my gifts during this boot camp to help you to get to accomplish your goals. So people have told me that they've gotten more value out of my free workshop than they've gotten from stuff that they've paid for. Okay. So if you're interested in joining us in a few weeks, go to brandindemandbootcamp.com and get yourself signed up. So let's just do a quick recap about what we talked about. We're talking about the do's and don'ts of building your business on social media. The first don't, number one, was don't send a sales pitch as soon as you connect with someone. Okay. Don't send a sales pitch as soon as you connect with someone. But number two, do find out what the person needs and if you can help them before you try to sell. That's a great way to build a connection and establish a rapport with people. Even if they'll never become your client, they may become one of your biggest cheerleaders and bring you some clients. So, number three, don't let social media be the only place where you can reach your audience. Okay. So, I do teach on how to actually create an email list. It's actually probably easier than you can imagine, but just really quickly, I'll give you three places where you can go to build an email list. You can check out aweber.com, Aweber. Aweber.com is a great place to start building your email list. Also, ConvertKit. These are like my favorites. ConvertKit and Aweber are two of my favorite places to build email lists if you're just working on that email list. Now, another great one is MailChimp. I will be honest, MailChimp is not the most user friendly in my opinion, because there's like some difficult things going on in there, and I have a degree, I have a couple of degrees actually in computer studies. So for me, if I'm trying to work some type of system and I'm finding it difficult, even though I've done, computers and technology for more than 10 years and have degrees in it, if I'm struggling, then I'm like, this is not, this cannot be user friendly, right? But I will tell you, so and this is just my humble opinion, that MailChimp is probably not the most user friendly to me. However, it is really great because they have really awesome templates, and they really have a nice program. So if you're just getting started out, they actually have a free plan that you can use to grow your email list until you get to a certain amount of followers, and then you'll have to pay. But if you're just getting started, MailChimp is a great starting point because you don't have to pay out of pocket right away. Aweber also has a free plan as well, and you can start with Aweber, and when you hit that certain amount of followers, then you actually have to pay. But it gives you time to get familiar with sending out emails, and also gives you time to actually grow so that you don't have to spend right out of pocket. ConvertKit, ConvertKit, ConvertKit. So if you go to convertkit.com, you can check out theirs, aweber.com and mailchimp.com. Those are three places where you can go to get started with your email list today. So emailing, as you know, well, maybe you don't know, but is actually against the law to email people for business from your personal account. Okay, so you want to make sure you have an email list provider, and I just gave you three. So it works great. So if you're doing like specials and things like that, you can get right into people's emails, or their text message, or on their phone, and you can let them know what type of specials you're offering, what you're selling. And when you have an email list, as long as you're sending out, regular emails, it could be once a week where you're just sending out an email just to connect with your subscribers so that you can keep them warmed up. Because I cannot tell you how many people that I've gotten an email from, and I'm like, who is this? When did I sign up for this email list? Because they haven't emailed me in such a long time. So you want to make sure you're keeping them warm and you're staying in contact with them. But that's just a little commercial break. So I'll talk a little bit more about that soon, about how to get that email list set up. I will tell you right now that a lot of these email list providers, they have a lot of how-to videos. So if you're not techie and you're feeling stuck, you could literally probably type it in their search and they'll have a video or some type of step-by-step instructions on how to do the thing that you're trying to do. So don't worry if you're not technical, they'll make sure you have the support that you need when it comes to doing what you need to do. Okay. So now number four, did I go through number four yet? Number four, do move people from social media to something that you own. And that's what we just talked about with those with the email list or a text message list. Okay. So number five, don't post your new program every few minutes. But number six, do share valuable information and chances for people to get to know you, like you, and trust you. Okay. So, and you always want to make sure you're telling people what to do next to get more or to secure the offer that you're giving them. Give them the exact link. If it's the link in your bio, if you're not on Instagram, tell them what they need to do. Click here, do this, send me a direct message, click the link in my bio, give them the call to action and tell them what to do next. in order to be able to work with you or to get the product or program that you're selling. Okay. So if you have any questions about anything that I talked about, you can send me a direct message and let me know, hey, I'm trying to figure this out or figure that out. I'm very approachable, first of all. So I talk to a lot of people through the DMs on a regular basis. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM and let me know what you're working on or what you're applying out of the stuff that we talked about today, or if you have any questions about anything that I talked about today. Now, don't forget to go to Brand in Demand Bootcamp and get signed up for the Brand in Demand Bootcamp that's coming up in a few weeks. I would love to have you in there. Now, I told you before that it's mostly for coaches and mentors. It also works for service providers if you provide any kind of service. Believe it or not, I actually have a lot of people who like to attend the Brand in Demand Bootcamp who sell like physical products. I have eyelash technicians, um, people who sell beauty products. I have a couple of people who own skincare lines and people who own online boutiques and brick and mortar boutiques and all kinds of stuff. But the most of the stuff that I teach will apply for coaches and mentors, but a lot of the stuff that I teach can apply to other businesses too. So what I'm trying to say is, even if you're not, yay, I'd love to see you there. So most people they come in, they soak up the information, which is perfectly fine because as you can see, I love to teach, right? So I'm basically trying to tell you that even if you're not a coach or mentor, you're still welcome to pop on over there and join us because you'll still be able to take a lot away from the training and from the boot camp. I will also tell you that it's very interactive. There's homework, so there's homework because the homework assignments are actually very transformational. And it's also a time for you to get assistance. So if you're trying to figure something out, if you're like, I need clarity on this, I cannot figure out how to word this or how to explain this part about what I do, then that is your week to put the work in and get the help while you can to get clarity so that when you walk away, you're like, oh, I'm so clear on this. One of my clients took the Brand in Demand boot camp, and but before the boot camp was over with, she had already increased her prices and she was already picking up new clients before the boot camp was even done. All because she took something that I taught, she raised her prices and became more confident in what it is that she does. She was able to articulate what she does, who she helps, and how she helps them. And that encouraged her to raise her prices because she realized, wait a minute, I should be charging more. She raised her prices and picked up even more clients with her new higher prices, and she actually joined my academy because she was like, if I got all of this in a week, how much am I going to get within a year? Okay, so this stuff that I'm teaching is very valuable, and I say that with all humility, but I know what I teach, right? And I know that it's valuable, and I know that it's going to help you. So come on over, join us in the Brand in Demand Boot Camp. We'll be kicking off in just a few weeks, but you'll be getting on a list early. So brandindemandbootcamp.com, and come back tomorrow. When you see me go live tomorrow, jump back in here tomorrow. I'll be talking about some more things around building your brand, growing your business online, and things that are going to help you position yourself as an expert, things that are going to help you drive your sales, and things that are going to help you increase all around. So join me tomorrow. I'll be talking about some more tips around your business, and I'll be seeing you again soon. Have a great one. See you soon.